All right, greetings, math people. Welcome, Integration Nation. Time for another interesting integral. So this particular problem we're integrating x plus 10 over x squared plus 6x plus 12. And if you've never seen a problem like this, or you don't immediately know how to do this problem, we would ask for you right now to pause the video and see if you can figure out how to do this problem before you watch me do it.
Specialize in science and mathing, original black men, busting thoughts that pierce your mental, the fierce, ripping your section, vocal toe-to-toe, impeccable, splitting your back, son, simple as addition and subtraction, black thought, the infinite relax one.
All right, hopefully you were able to make some progress, and hopefully you were able to try the problem. And I don't care where you are, whether you're in Cal 1, Cal 2, AP Calculus, or maybe haven't even taken calculus yet. It's still very important to build up that academic perseverance to try to figure out how to do problems you have never done before. Now, if you haven't seen any calculus, it's probably going to be impossible for you just to look at that problem and try to figure out. When I say try to figure it out, I'm not talking about try to Google the answer. We're talking about trying to utilize your brain to figure it out. But if you have been exposed to some calculus, you probably know how to do the problem, albeit you may have never seen a problem like this before. And trying to do problems that are novel to you or you can't immediately figure out are the best type of problems to do to build up your calculus acumen. There's been times when I was a calculus student where I would look at a problem for hours, and I'm talking about hours, just to try to figure out how to start. And after several hours, I might get excited and think I know the method to try to do the problem, and I may try it, and it may not work. And you know what? I sit and think again about another method. And that's the beauty of the struggle. It's a beautiful struggle when you have challenging problems that you find challenging. Going through it, having the intellectual perseverance to go through it, and the belief, because you're only going to put the effort to go through it if you believe you can figure it out. So having the belief in yourself and the confidence to try to figure it out and not stopping until you get it. Because when you actually get it 4, 5, 6 hours later, it's a very beautiful feeling. And so you don't want to take that feeling away from yourself. But let's go ahead and look at this problem. So when you look at this problem, you think about the integration techniques that are at your disposal. And a few things you probably should think about would be u-sub. And why would you think u-sub? Because your denominator is 1 power greater than your numerator. So that makes a good candidate for u-sub. The only problem is when you u-sub this, you'll get 2x plus 6, that du is 2x plus 6 dx, and it doesn't really match this guy. But that's not a big problem. We'll see how to reconcile that as well. And another technique you might consider when looking at this problem would be completing the square, because this can be easily done by completing the square. But then the problem you may see with that is that you have, a variable up here. But the problem with u-sub solves the problem with the variable up here, and we'll show exactly what we mean. Now, another technique you might have thought about, depending on how advanced you are, would be partial fractions. The only thing this guy doesn't factor, so it's not the greatest candidate in the world for partial fractions. At least it doesn't factor with real numbers. All right, so let's go ahead and look at it. So u-sub is a good choice. So we're going to do the u-sub, and we're going to say u equals x squared plus 6x plus 12, which means du is 2x plus 6 dx. Now, again, the problem we talked about with this particular method is that this doesn't match that. But we can do some maneuvering and kind of make it match. So if you notice, both these numbers are divisible by 2. So say I take out a 2. That means du over 2 would be x plus 3 dx. Okay, Still not a perfect match, right? This is x plus 10 dx. This is x plus 3 dx. Okay, not a perfect match, but I can make it match because I can rewrite x plus 10 as x plus 3 plus 7. In fact, I can write two separate integrals. So I can rewrite this as the integral of x plus 3 over x squared plus 6x plus 12 dx plus 7, plus the integral of 7 over x squared plus 6x plus 12 dx. And so if you look, if you add these together, they're the same guy as this one. This is now primed and prepped for u sub, and this guy is primed and prepped for completing a square because there's a constant up there. So now after being able to recognize that you're going to have to use u sub and completing the square, from that point on, of course, you're familiar with u sub and completing the square. It now becomes a very elementary problem. So let's go ahead and finish them off. So let's talk about the u sub. So again, if you look right here, du over 2 is x plus 3 dx. So I'm just looking at this guy for right now. So that means that you're going to have 1/2 integral du. So again, du over 2, 1/2 du is x plus 3 dx. Okay, that's match. And then my denominator is u. So 1/2 du over u. And I'll integrate that on the next page. And let me go ahead and continue with this would be plus, I bring the 7 out, 7 over the integral of 1 over x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 9 plus 12. So I'm just completing the square there. And this, of course, will be x plus 3 squared plus 3. So let's write that on the next page. So we have this, we have 1/2 the integral of du over u, and we have 7 the integral of 1 over x plus 3 squared plus 3 dx. All right, so of course, 1/2 du over u is 1/2 ln u. It's 1/2 ln, and u was x squared plus 6x plus 12. And 7, this integral of 7 times the integral of 1 over x plus 3 squared plus 3 dx would be 7 over the square root of 3 arctan x plus 3 over the square root of 3 plus some constant. So there it is there. Hope you enjoyed that integral, and we will see you next time.
Specialized in science and mathing, original black men, busting thoughts that pierce your mental, the fierce, ripping your section, vocal toe-to-toe, impeccable, splitting your back, son, simple as addition and subtraction, black thought, the infinite relax one.